it's kind of everywhere. It's not just one place, it's all over, all-consuming in our society that we have to work on. Where you're hearing that talented people should be doing other things besides the field that they decide to choose and be passionate in. I got into midwifery through my master's research. I was working with Indigenous women up in the north in Prince George. And from there, I got to see how lots of rural and remote women have to access healthcare in really complex ways. And that's something that was really affecting them. And it was something that I wanted to see if I could change and improve. Going through school, I would have residents talk to me and be like, oh, you're so smart and you're such a critical thinker. You should go into medicine. Why are you wasting it on midwifery? Why are you settling with midwifery? Why doesn't midwifery deserve smart and critical thinking people too? Need to do a better job of educating the public of what we do to get the story straight.
Can you put your feet down?
People assume that you can't have a midwife if you want an epidural. You can't have a midwife if you had a C-section before and you want to have a C-section again, if you want to give birth in the hospital. But it's all not true.
Anything that we think is important to follow up on.
Midwives are registered healthcare professionals that are there to give you options.
Is that cool?
Oh yeah, that's called the soft.
All the choices that you get with a physician, you get those choices too with a midwife, plus other things. The whole point of midwifery isn't like you need to have this drum circle, pool birth thing. It's about midwives supporting you in the choice that you want and the choice that you think is best. I mean, I trust you know what you want to do and that your body's going to tell you. So like, don't feel like you have to do anything. But if you feel antsy, these are things that you can do. It's their pregnancy, their body, their birth, their family. And so they get to make the choices about what's best for them. And my whole job is to give them the information. So guidelines, research, evidence, alternative treatments, you know, all the different information that you need to know in order to make an informed decision. In terms of communication, I think it's so important to use objective language and that you can present information in a way that is effective. I think we grew up in a way where we were taught not to challenge the medical system, and that's not worked out for a lot of people. And so more and more people are being educated about their health. They want to be educated about their health. They want to know what to do. They want to ask questions and have that more of a relationship. I think the way doctors are being trained now, and the way medicine is, that's really changing. But I think historically that's not how it was. It's just kind of chaotic in our house. That's okay. Too busy doing maternity care to have a clean house. That's okay. Vancouver's super expensive to live. If you live in a place where rent is really expensive, then you have to see more people or work more in order to be able to afford to live there. But then that means you're like pumping people through your office to make more money. And like midwives, we're like capped at how many people we can have in a year. So that doesn't affect our care, but for other healthcare providers, it could. So I just have to turn my pager. So now I'm on call. And now we wait. My philosophy is I go on call and I just go where people need me to go. If you call me, I'm going to be there for you. And I just have to be ready for that. We're going to the hospital right now. One of my clients, Ame, is in labor, and I'm coming on shift now. It's 8:45, and I go on at 9, so I'm just going to relieve my teammate, Amanda. I picture having a baby like sometime tonight or early morning.
Okay. Okay.
People with us have a choice if they want to give birth out of the hospital or in the hospital. We can do either. Midwives are the only healthcare provider that are trained to do births in hospital and out of hospital because we're trained to triage people and triage labor to know what is normal, what is not normal, who are good candidates for home, for hospital. And we have all the equipment and training to back that up.
Good job.
Check it like every half hour or something.
Every like 15 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Can I take a Tylenol or something? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
is that a thing?
Yeah. Wow. Can we get 1 gram?
1 gram?
1 gram.
Sure.
Yeah.
I haven't done her 6 of her.
Does that just stick me so much ready? Injection again? This baby was born at 2:30. And so now after that, being up all night and all day, there's 2 visits I have to do in the hospital. One is a discharge visit and another one is just a checkup. And then I'm gonna go home and hopefully nap and answer some pages. I got paged a couple of times while in the labor and I still have to answer those. Okay, we're just trying to figure out where everyone lives. Hey Ryangyo, it's Jen, your midwife calling. Just wanted to see you today for a weight check, and I just want to know if you're staying at your place downtown or if you're staying in your place in Burnaby. If you could give me a call. So my dad taught me this trick because there's like no bees anymore, and bees are what pollinate your vegetables, so then they actually grow. So you have to take a Q-tip, and then you get the pollen from the male flower, and then you put it yourself on the female flower, so then they grow. And last year I only got 1 spaghetti squash. I think we started everything way too late last year, so this year we were really on top of it. Hi, it's Jen, your midwife. Hey, congratulations. I have you on my list to see today, and I was wondering if you're free now. We see people postpartum a lot to make sure that they feel supported in all the, I guess, parenting and recovery of their birth, and then breastfeeding and making sure the baby's okay. All those things are part of midwifery care in terms of follow-up. Okay. 2256. Hello. Hey, it's Jen. Hi, how's it going? Good. Okay, Sergio. How are we spelling it?
Sergio.
Okay. So he's eating how often, you'd think?
I feel like it's been nonstop since
Nonstop? Okay. Oh my gosh. So when I go to home visit, there are a few different goals. The first one is to provide reassurance. There's so many questions and concerns. Am I doing this right? And when I go there, I want to make sure that I'm not adding stress.
Great. So it's just him to your breast instead of your breast to him.
I think a lot of it is just being able to be there and answer questions and to listen, and then leave them with something to feel really good about.
You want lunch? So does this feel like a good height? Like you feel supported?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
good.
do. Especially if I'm.
It's really figuring out what the needs of the patients are, and then being able to support them.
1,
People think that we become midwives because we love cuddling babies. I like cuddling babies, but the reason I became a midwife is so I can support people and give them a chance to be heard in this time in their life. I think when it comes to healthcare providers, what we have a problem with sometimes is I think we're always thinking, what would I do? But it's not about us. People need to realize that, because that's what's creating a lot of animosity between a healthcare provider and their client. They're putting their own personal beliefs on what they think that person should be doing. But at the end of the day, that person gets to make their choice.